Hey, what's going on, Podcast Nation? It's Jason Harris here, and thank you for joining me on another episode of The Drive. Today I have Andrew with iPacket. Andrew, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm great. Just enjoying our time out here in Vegas.
Dude, I am so glad that we got a chance to connect. You know, I've been a big fan, right, of iPacket for a long time, and it's just like when we had that opportunity to say, like, look, we got to jam about this because, you know, we were talking a little bit about before we kind of got in here, just a lot of the things are going on in the industry, a lot of changes. We're getting back to basics. We got to start selling stuff. So I am super excited to dive into this. But before we kind of dive into this, for everybody out there watching and listening right now who don't know what iPacket is, all right, what was kind of that aha moment for the company that was like, hey, that's a problem and we should go solve it?
Yeah, so, I mean, if you think about it, for years and years, people have built evidence manuals, worry-free folders, value folders, mostly on certifieds because the manufacturer saw the value there of, hey, we have to educate a shopper why a certified's different, right? So they built the paper packets for years. The problem with paper packets, you were a dealer principal, nobody wants to put those together. No. Not only that, but how many times would a salesperson get up and go get the packet? How many times will they forget to put it back? So now you're going to make a brand new one.
Or keep it updated. Definitely get lost all the time.
Yes. Yeah, all the bad logistics that go along with paper packets. If you put it into a digital format, that solves a lot of the problems. More so, the biggest problem is you can't track paper.
That's true. Like if it's out there, like, you know, if I make a copy of it and I give it to the customer, which you know, we did that at our dealership
because it was valuable.
Because it was very valuable information. I don't know what the hell happened to it after I left the dealership.
Right. I mean, how many times would you go out to appraise a car? I mean, I did. How many times you got to appraise a car and you see a stack of papers just laying in the car?
100%.
Or you find a business card in ungodly places.
So that was kind of that aha moment. Say, okay, look, we got a good. I mean, it's a good paper process. Like it actually.
Correct.
I mean, it is good. I mean, I can't tell you even, you know, when I first started in the industry, how many cars I sold off of going to grab that folder.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, we had the first dealership I worked at, you know, was a major used car lot, right? So there was 350 cars. So there's no way in hell I was going to know everything about and everything what it is, especially on the, you know, the reconditioning or whatever we got service, right? So it was incredibly important to me from a sales perspective that I could go and grab that folder and, you know,
100%
have
right.
Educated conversation with the customer about it.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a customer sat down and you're at the dealership and you pull one of those paper packets, you have their attention.
Yes.
You have the opportunity to close them right there on the spot. But what happens when they leave? A lot of the times, the salesperson will let them leave with a business card.
Yep.
And maybe some pieces of paper, a Carfax, maybe the repair order, maybe the window sticker if they can find it. But you can't track it.
No, not at all.
Can't track it.
Not at all. So you guys took this very paper process. You're like, we're going to digitalize it, but then enhance it.
Correct.
Right? So okay, kind of walk me through the sales process and kind of, you know, how dealerships are utilizing, you know, iPacket, you know, and what are some of the benefits of it?
Yeah, so we say that success with iPacket looks like every customer gets one.
Okay.
That's the customer on your website that you can't talk to. You have to be able to build value with somebody, transparent, and build that trust. You can't do that with just information on your website. You can, but it's kind of pieced all over the place, right? So having it in one nice centralized location when a customer's hot on a vehicle, nice to have. When they're in store, they sit down just like the paper packet. Guess what? You got the digital format right there. You can walk them right through all the information, and you're never missing info. If it exists, it's in the packet. If it doesn't exist, it's not in there.
So what are kind of the key things that need to be in that packet?
Yeah, so like the original window sticker, obviously, is one of the no-brainers. It's going to be inside of there. The original brochure for the vehicle. So if you have a 2017 F-150, even if you're a Chevy store, you have a 2017 F-150 brochure. If I'm selling Chevys, I might not know the tow capacity on an F-150.
100% wouldn't know
right? So it's already educating your team the more they use it too, which is a benefit, right? You've got the Carfax in there, obviously. Consumers always ask for Carfax anymore. They've done a great job of building that branding for people to ask for it, right? Things about your business and your process, but more so a hidden cost inside of a dealership. And I say hidden cost because it could be a hidden investment. Is their dealership reconditioning process.
For sure.
So that repair order, that time and safety and quality that they put into their car that some customers don't even know about, Jason.
Well, and it's such a key part of that vehicle story. You
100%
know,
right.
It's funny, you know, you can still go out, you know, and go on Auto Trader or any marketplace and just read some of the descriptions on the pre-owned vehicles. They always crack me up. Right? Because, I mean, look, some dealerships, if you're watching, listening, you guys do a great job of doing custom comments, but for the most part, they're usually just copy, paste. But then you see someone who's selling it privately. Right? And it can literally be like a 2017 F-150, 27 F-150 at a dealership. 2 identical trucks, really similar mileage, maybe slightly different color, whatever it is, right? But then you got the private owner. This is when I did the brake job. This is when I did the timing belt. This is when I got the new tires. Like, I mean, they put it all out there for you to see.
They build value.
Yes.
Right? When they come in to try to trade their car in, it's never been in the rain. It's never left the garage. It's a garage cap. I just put brand new tires on it. They're building value because they understand that adds dollars to their trade.
Yes.
Supposedly, right? And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But the way that we like to kind of teach dealerships to understand the value behind that is, number one, when you spend that money, it's an investment, right? And when you invest in something, you hope to get a return on that money. If nobody knows about it, you can't get a return on the money they don't know about. Number two, if you're selling your house tomorrow and you put a brand new kitchen in, you redo all the bathrooms.
Yeah, you highlight it pretty big. Yep.
What's the first thing your realtor is going to tell a buyer?
Exactly that. Brand new kitchen, brand new appliances, you name it.
So why do dealerships not lean on that?
I don't know.
So there was a study, and I'll probably mess up the numbers here, but it was a study with, I can't remember what publication it was. It was a large publication. They asked consumers and dealerships how transparent they thought they were being in the business. 78% of dealerships said we're being transparent to customers.
Okay.
It was like 72% of customers said that it wasn't transparent.
They didn't feel that way. Right?
Correct.
Yes.
So there's a disconnect of what we and the automotive industry think transparency is versus what an actual consumer, which is our customer, thinks transparency is.
Well, it's perception. It's that's what it kind of comes down to, right? It's
right.
like, I'll go back to kind of that scenario I was talking about with, the dealer listing and then the private customer listing, by being transparent, like, hey, it's got a new transmission. Okay. But that level of transparency creates trust.
Absolutely.
And do you find that is, one of the big byproducts is trust?
Oh, it 100% is. When you can get somebody to trust you, they can make a decision quicker. And sometimes what's really cool about a packet is we track when a customer opens it, when you send it directly to them.
Yeah. So there's this kind of, all right, let's go down that. So walk, because I think for anybody watching and listening, they may not, I'm sending this, like, kind of walk me through like the sales process and how and when someone can send this.
Yeah. So, obviously if a consumer is leaving the dealership without buying your vehicle, that would be one way. But for internet leads, for phone ups, it's just a quick way to get the information in their hands and track what they're doing with it. So that paper process, you can't track the paper, right? So you send it to the customer. Number one comes a digital business card right away.
Yes.
So how many?
So I have all my salesperson's information on there.
They're not going to talk to a customer and not hand them a paper card.
There you go.
Most good salespeople.
They include a picture of themselves.
Absolutely.
Maybe a quick little video.
So it's a digital business card that tells the story of the vehicle to the shopper. Now, what's cool about that is we alert a salesperson every time the customer opens that packet. Not just getting in an email, and not just getting into a text message. There are a lot of companies that are like, hey, great job. You got a customer open your email. Well, what if Jason clicked it in his pocket? Or what if he clicked it to delete it? It's not a good time to follow up with him if he deletes something. He didn't like something. We only tell a salesperson when a customer actually gets into the packet in the email. It's intentional. Okay. Right? What happens from that is you can tell right away when the customer's inside of it, so you know when to follow up with them.
Yes.
But more so, it does that initial heat check. So what I mean by that is if I call you after I get one of those alerts, couple minutes, Jason, Andrew over at the dealership, I sent you over information on that, vehicle you were looking at today. Did you get a chance to look at it?
Yep.
If you tell me yes and I got the notification, you trust me.
Sure.
If you tell me no and I got the notification, I don't have your trust yet.
That's a good point.
So it gives me an initial heat check right away. But then all that information inside of the packet, think of how important it was to know. We do needs analysis, right?
Sure.
Sometimes they're not great.
No, 100%. We think this is what they want, and this is possibly, and then but there's a lot of assumptions made. Let's say that.
100%.
Yes.
So what we do is not only track when a customer opens it, Jason, but we show them specifically where the customer spends their time and engagement.
Okay, there you go. Now I'm actually kind of getting into the head my customer a little bit, because I'm actually seeing, which documents are they really looking at and what time they're spending.
100%. Yeah. So you know exactly where to tailor that conversation, whether it's good or bad. And what I mean by bad is Carfax, for instance.
Well, yeah, you can get ahead of the conversation. Like, let's say, I can see this. So customer opens up 6 times, but every time that they're opening up, they're constantly just going straight back to the Carfax.
Yeah.
They're looking at the Carfax. They're spending a lot of time with that particular page.
Yeah. And guess what? When I go to look at that Carfax as a salesperson, there's one accident on it.
Yep.
What do I need to overcome when I pick up the phone?
Well, that's the first thing, right?
I need to be ready to either answer the question of what happened to that car and kind of let the customer naturally take their own guard down, walk them through like, hey, it's a used car, right?
Yes.
Have you ever had a shopping cart ding into you in the parking lot? Or have you ever had a fender bender? When you get that fixed, that shows as an accident.
Yeah, and honestly, today, $5,000 is a bumper on a car.
Correct.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, not at all.
It could have just been because your kid backed up into a pole or something like that.
And that doesn't make it a bad car, and that doesn't make it a bad Carfax. I'm not a Carfax employee, so this is genuine for me to Carfax people here that love them. I hate when people say that's a bad Carfax. A bad Carfax is one that lies.
That's true. There is actually no bad Carfax.
It's actually telling the truth. That's why it's there.
100%. I bought an Audi. And it on the Carfax had a police report on it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think any consumer goes, well, somebody had sideswiped it. All right, and a police report had to be created. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
The car wasn't even in motion.
Yeah.
Somebody else hit it, but a police report was generated on it.
But it also probably got fixed properly by the right people. And sometimes those cars are owned 2, 3, 4 times after that accident happened.
Yes.
So why should a consumer look at an accident as a negative thing?
No, I think it's just about the transparency of it.
It's about the transparency and, again, that perception.
Sometimes I'd even question. Sometimes every single car out there is never... really? I don't know, man.
Right, because we drive cars and we know what we do.
100%.
So we have to get the customer to let their guard down. And when they let their guard down and they can trust you, they can make a decision on your product at your dealership quicker. So it's really the ultimate trust-building packet of information that's digital across all realms.
Well, and I think it's amazing you guys are able to have this monster library of brochures to go along with it, right? Just because, who gets a brochure for a 2015 Ford Flex?
iPacket does.
But that's cool though. It's just to be able to say, okay, hey, this is what the car was new. These were the specs on it. Because again, even as a salesperson, this is what I think as a salesperson, it increases my level of confidence.
100%.
All right, I can go in knowing that, hey, this was an SEL package with a panel roof.
Yes.
All right, and I can talk to what was that package, and then when they come back and say, yeah, but we're looking at this other one, well, which model was that?
Which trim was it? Because they don't offer a panorama roof in that car.
Exactly.
Right. Not only that, but if you think about, we'll get a little bit more advanced here. We've been talking about just sending a customer a packet. Let's talk about a phone up.
Okay, let's do
They happen in the dealership all the time.
All the time.
Okay. A lot of BDCs, unfortunately, are phone robots.
Sure.
Meaning they've never sold cars before. And they're just there to try to set an appointment.
And sometimes they can be totally off-site.
100%. So let's say a customer calls in about a car and you have iPacket. Okay. Well, let's play that you don't have iPacket first. So the customer calls in about a car. We'll use the 2017 Ford F-150. It just always comes to my brain. So customer calls in about the car. Let's say you're the customer. You call in. I'm like, hey, Jason, I'd love to answer questions about that Ford F-150. What kind of questions do you have for me? Well, the consumer is normally going to ask you something, right? A lot of the times, what's the go-to line if they don't know the answer as a BDC rep? What do they say?
I don't know.
Not only that, I hope they don't say I don't know. Because that kills the conversation right away.
I audit a lot of conversations, and I'm going to tell you would be surprised how many times the response is,
okay, so we got to get back to trading right away. But a lot of the times, at least in my experience, a lot of the times it was like, hey, Jason, I know that's an important question to you. I want to find the answer for you. Can I give you a call back?
That's the proper answer.
But it's not a good answer still, because what happens when I go to call you back?
Well, I don't know if you're available. I mean, honestly, who answers their phone these days?
Correct.
Anyways,
You don't answer. You gave me an opportunity while I was on the phone with you right then. You wanted me to build your trust, just like we talked about, while we were on the phone.
Yeah, by this time, I probably already called another dealership.
100%. You've already moved on. You gave me that opportunity. I dropped the ball.
Yep.
So we start playing phone tag. We go back and forth, right? I missed an opportunity. How about if you had iPacket, right? You have all that information right at your fingertips. So you ask me a question. I start answering these questions. Hey, does it tell me about the Carfax. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, does it have a panorama roof on it? Look at the window sticker. Yeah, it has panorama roof. It has the navigation system. It has 20-inch alloy wheels on it. I'm building value, right? And then I say, hey, Jason, the reason I'm able to answer these questions so quickly and efficiently is I have a full history and reconditioning report on this car right in front of me. Well, while we're on the phone, can I share it with you so we can look at this together?
There you go. Over the conversation.
We take a verbal conversation and we turn it into a visual presentation where you're going back and forth with the consumer on the phone. How much trust did I just build with that consumer?
Yeah, because I can now email it to them and actually review it with them in real time.
While we're right on the phone.
That's awesome.
So if you hang up the phone and you try to call another dealership and you don't get that experience, who looks like the rock star that you're going to come back to?
Yeah, it's not one of those, hey, let me go find out and I'll call you back scenarios.
Correct. You're answering all the questions, and we teach them this, right? Answer 2 or 3 questions for them and then transition it over to, hey, the reason I can answer this is because I have it right in front of me.
Well, full transparency.
And while we're on the phone,
and trust
let's go over it.
Yeah.
Let's go over it. So we do that visual presentation. You're looking at it on your end. I'm showing you things on my end. It becomes very easy to set that appointment. Very easy.
Oh, yes. Well, because to your point, we've created that trust. We've shown them transparency, right? We have this very documented story.
Yes.
And I say a story, because I think even the information inside the iPack needs to come out in the format of a story.
100%.
Consumers buy into the story of a product before they buy into the product itself.
Yes.
But, you guys are arming them with the information to do this. And this kind of goes back to one of the conversations we were having earlier before we jumped in the van was, training your team to be able to be storytellers again.
Absolutely. Yeah, just transitioning from, hey, yeah, we have that car. It's priced at $25,500. Do you want to buy it? How do we make this deal come together? The first thing you're going to say as a consumer is, can you discount it?
Yeah.
You want to build value. We call it the pre-number process. The battle for growth starts when? When do you think the battle for growth starts with a consumer?
The second we get into a conversation.
The second you meet them. They're already thinking, how can I get a discount on this car? Because that's what they're known to do. Right?
No, and honestly, that's for the most part, salespeople do exactly that.
Correct.
Because you see this buying signal. So it's like, oh, I'm going to skip this. I don't need to know the story. They want to buy, so let me go straight to the negotiation process.
And a lot of these people are commission based. So I bet you if they learned a better way to make money, they'd be okay with that, right?
100%. I like that you're bringing this up because I do think that there are some amazing operators out there watching and listening that do a great job of this, right? Of, really building the value before you get into negotiation process, but it's a training thing.
It is.
It's just like I don't see a lot of that happening right now, even though there are some great salespeople out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think one thing that you have to understand is even if you're one of the best operators, they can't be at every salesperson's desk throughout the day. So
that's a great point.
Standardization.
Yes.
Right. What I have in the packet is what the customer is going to see at every intersection of communication.
Yes.
So my salesperson is going to review it in store the exact way I want them to see it. My consumer is going to see it on my website the exact way I want them to see it.
Yeah, because there's a lead generation portion that we really haven't kind of talked about. I wanted to dive in a little bit of that because, there's kind of a branding element that kind of goes along with this, right? Because look, not every dealership is willing to offer this level of transparency.
Sure.
So do you find that dealerships are really kind of embracing the branding, opportunity of being transparent utilizing iPacket?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not a lead provider.
Yes.
I would never talk to a dealer and say I'm going to provide you leads.
Not intentionally.
Correct.
But yes.
So we're not sending you leads. I'm not guaranteeing you we're going to send leads. But if you think about, I think they said that. I think it was Cox came out with a study, Jason. They said that out of 10,000 customers that visit a website, only 2.5% of them convert into an actual lead.
For sure.
So there's a lot of people that bounce from website to website to website before they finally submit a lead.
But think of the purpose of why they're doing that.
Because they're trying to find information that makes them
exactly. They're trying to find information
good.
They're not getting their question answered. Hence, they will continue. I mean,
14 hours
we're all
that they're researching.
Yeah. We're going to do the same crap.
Yeah.
If I can't find out why this, Sony audio system's better than, this Yamaha one, then I'm just going to go to another website until I ultimately end up finding.
I'm going to start searching for the answer myself.
Yes.
And that is the problem. And really where that lead generation you talk about kind of comes from is we give that consumer the ability to research on your website and keep it sticky on your website. So when they get to a VDP, that means they like that car, right?
Of course.
So once they get to that VDP, let's keep them locked on your vehicle. It's like selling in person. You would always tell your salespeople, at least my manager did, I'm sure you did too, land them on a car, land them on a car, land them on a car, right? If they're in person.
Yes.
Once they love that car, they test drive it, don't go show them other cars. Keep them locked on that one. Think about a website. Customers, when they get on the VDP and they're looking for that information, they can't find it, they jump off.
Of course.
They start searching other websites, manufacturer websites, third-party websites. They're going all over the place to find it. What if they could just find it on your website?
100%. Well, not only can they find it on your website, but they're going to also get and understand reasons like, why am I asking $25,000?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think we ever do a great, I think there are some great operators that do a good job of answering. This is why we're asking $25,000 for this car. I only get that bits of piece of information when I get into the dealership.
Correct.
Sometimes.
You treat that customer that walks through the door as gold.
Yes.
When you already have that prospecting gold on your website that you never get a chance to meet. And there's only one way to build trust and value with somebody you never meet. Provide them with more information.
100%.
Right? So having iPacket on your website is almost like having a closer on your website 24/7. I don't have a salesperson work on my website.
No.
I might have a chat. It's probably a robot. They can't answer questions, right? Let the consumer do all the research on your website and your process, right? We've been talking a lot about what just we put in the packets. We're also able to custom tailor these to your processes.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that, though. Give me an example.
Well, so, if you're, I'll go back to the store that I used to sell for. So just specific on new cars with this one exactly, but we were a Toyota store and we had a lifetime powertrain warranty we offered on our new Toyotas.
There you go.
Obviously, it wasn't on hybrids and certain cars and whatnot, right? We competed with a dealer probably 7 miles from us. That was another Toyota store. Anytime a customer came in, what was the first thing we talked to them about on new cars? Hey, we offer a lifetime powertrain warranty.
A unique proposition.
So everybody has their own uniqueness. And it's not the cookies in the showroom.
No.
It's not the coffee. Coffee never tastes good. It's not the comfy chairs like this. Your value proposition are the things that you offer the consumer that's part of your process. So we can put those in the packet. So again, like back to that Toyota story, if I'm building my new car packets for that dealership, I'm putting in the lifetime powertrain warranty so they can see that.
Well, and that's huge. It's because, to your point, it's not necessarily what we do, but why we do it the way we do it.
100%. That why buy.
That why buy. Man, I've seen some amazing why buys, and then I've seen some amazing attempts.
That's why I said, we have fresh cookies.
We have day old coffee. We have Wi-Fi.
That is not going to close a customer on a sale at all. But that's what they put in their why buys. But when you come in the store, there's a completely different story about their why buy.
Yes.
Right? Hey, we offer that lifetime powertrain warranty. We'll give you a service loaner if you buy a brand new car with us. We have custom concierge that'll pick up your car if you can't get into the deal. Like, they build that emotional and exceptional value when that shopper's there. But again, that person that's researching online that you don't have a chance to meet and talk to yet, you don't have a good way of conveying it to them. They might have it on their website, but a website's like a puzzle.
Oh, it's all over the place. It's sensory overload, right?
It's there for like SEO and SEM and all that stuff, and we want customers to see it, so we put it there, but it's here, it's there, it's there, it's here, it's there. Why not give it to them in one nice, neat package?
Yeah,
on their VDP.
You're getting the story. Everything. Yeah, we're not only getting the story of the vehicle really, really, really nailed down, but now we have the opportunity in a place to also share the story of our dealership and ultimately why do business with us.
Bingo.
I think it's probably a great place to put personalized information about the owners and just their commitment to the community and stuff like that. And just say like they're not just a part of the community, they're actually in the community,
right?
And I appreciate stuff like that. Look, I'm trying to think there are brands that I have connected with many, many, many years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't even think twice about it, right? It's like, if I'm going to go get a steak, this is where I'm going to go get a steak.
Because you know what experience you're going to get.
100%. I know, and it's consistent, right? And but there's also this level of just, and they verbalize the commitment to the quality.
100%. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on, look at it. That's an amazing experience.
I use that all the time. I used it 3 or 4 years ago. I was sitting down at a fixed ops show, talking to him about the value of showing the RO and then just the different pieces of iPacket. And I brought up the Chick-fil-A story. I said, when you go to Chick-fil-A in bigger cities, now I'm in West Virginia, so it doesn't ever get too crazy for me. But you go to Chick-fil-A in bigger cities, they have lines like out in the middle of the road.
Down a couple blocks.
But you know that once you get up to the window, it's going to move fast, number one. It's going to move way faster than if you went to McDonald's and had that line, right?
Yep.
You're also going to pay more for the food at Chick-fil-A, but the food tastes better, and you know the experience you're going to get. You're going to get a, you say thank you. What are you going to hear from that person?
Thank you back.
No, they're going to say, my pleasure.
My pleasure, that's right.
My pleasure.
The man, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Like
you get that experience. And I'm an Apple user. You use Apple?
100%.
iPhone? Okay. So I'll go back to my cell phone days. Sold cell phones. You did too.
Yep.
When a consumer walked in to buy a phone, they will walk in, they say, all right, I'm looking for the new Samsung S7, whatever, right?
Sure.
First question out of their mouth to me typically after I show them the phone was, how much does it cost?
Immediately. Of course.
If we walk into an Apple store, an AT&T store, and you're an Apple guy, do you ask them how much the phone costs, or do you just buy it?
I just need a new one.
I just need the new iPhone.
Yes.
Put it on my plan, whatever, right? I want it. I know the experience I'm getting. I know the product I'm getting is superior because they've done a dang good job. I was going to say another word, but I don't know if we can do that here.
It's automotive.
We've done a
3-letter
dang good
acronyms
job.
and 4-letter words.
Yeah, we've done a dang good job of making sure that consumer, Apple, making sure that consumer knows the quality that they're going to get, not only out of the phone, but the whole experience.
Well, it's setting those expectations, and I appreciate the fact that you bring up the experience, because, I think in our industry, like if it's a big problem, it's affecting the experience, we fix it.
Right.
We know it.
Right.
Right. There's no parking. Well, okay, if they're going to come and buy a car from us, we're going to need parking spaces. Right. It's an obvious one, right? But it's not the big things that make an amazing experience.
No.
Right? It is the little things
that add
up. But also it's when those little things happen. The first impression is so insanely critical. I think it's more critical now than anyways. I like to get your take though.
No, I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, we talked about it a minute ago that battle for growth starts the second you shake the customer's hand.
100%.
So I'll go back to the dealer group that invented us. We were invented by a dealer group. I talked about that earlier. When they meet a customer for the first time at that dealership, they're a one-price dealership. They don't go right into pitching the product right away. They go into explaining what one price means. Hey, Jason, Andrew, pleasure to meet you. Have you ever done business here at Astorg Auto?
Yep.
You say no. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about us. We're a one-price dealership. What that means is I'm non-commission based, so I'm here to sell you a vehicle that you love. I'm not trying to sell you a vehicle that makes me more money.
Sure.
And nobody deserves to pay less for that car than you. So they walk them through what one price means before they even start talking about the product, because that's important. That's the little things that start to add up.
Well, and that's
one price can be kind of intimidating.
It can
be intimidating, but it's actually a really good thing. It is at Astorg, I promise.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There are dealerships that have made real commitment.
I'm one price.
There's some that have so some that just used it as a marketing strategy.
Correct.
Now let's talk about marketing from the perspective of iPacket, because I don't know about you, but I'm listening to this and I'm looking at what this is, and it's like, I would be including this as a part of my core marketing message.
Yes.
Do you find that some of the dealerships are doing this and how they benefit from that?
Yeah. So actually, we actually shoot like this little, I think it's like 30-second reel, like explaining what iPacket is to consumer. We don't have a whole lot of people that use this, and I don't know why. I guess maybe they've moved away from like advertising in this manner, or maybe they just don't understand the value that goes behind it. But we can put their dealership name at the end of it to say, like, come shop at, Rohrman up in like Chicago area, right? Come shop at your local Rohrman dealer and ask for an iPacket today. So just kind of like Carfax has done, like branding, the consumer to look at one before they buy a car. We're trying to get the consumers to understand that.
Well, because that's how I want to shop.
Yeah.
I want to shop at an iPacket store.
And inside the iPacket, we also have
I want to know that I'm going to get this very transparent
yes.
All right, book. Like so let's even talk a little bit about like after the sale.
Yeah.
All right. So this is one thing, and funny enough, it actually
you're going where I think you're going. That's
just
good.
Recently happened to me. So like I had my 2017 Nissan Armada.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it's time we should start looking at something else. And I'm like, great, let's do it.
Yep.
You know what? I don't even bloody remember what the hell I paid for that car. Let me see if I could go find. Dude, I am telling you,
going here because nobody thinks about this.
Me 3 days to find the original documentation.
Yes.
And for a moment there, I swear that it was totally lost. And I was like, I don't even know what bank I even had the bloody thing financed. Anyways. You know where I'm going with this? I'll let you talk.
I do. So, and I promise you guys, I did not tee him up for this. It's just he understands the value that goes into this. So, yeah. So if you send a packet to a customer, it's always live.
Yes.
Even when the car sells, that packet stays live. And we do that for a couple reasons. Number one, nothing more frustrating to a customer than if I send you a packet and I send 10 other people a packet on that car. It sells, you click on it, it says this car sold.
Yep.
That sucks.
Big
right?
time.
You're never going to hear from that customer again unless they really want another car from you. But if you keep them hot on that car and they finally call in, or the salesperson gets the notification and does their job and follows up and connects with the customer, I can now switch them to another car. So we keep it live. But also, like you said, we keep it live for the reason of that's now your sold information.
Yeah.
Because you remember now, okay, this is what I paid for it. And I remember Andrew showing me a lot of really valuable stuff in here. Right. So when I go to trade this car in, I can use this as leverage, right? Well, again, we keep those packets live so the salesperson now gets alerted too. Have you talked to your salesperson since they sold you the car?
No. So actually, I like this because this is if this was an iPacket dealership, all right. Here I am 5 so years later, all right.
Salesperson's done a bad job of following up.
And I've never even heard from like that. Yeah. Hell, I couldn't even tell you who the hell the person was. I don't remember. But yeah. So hypothetically, if I went to go back and I open it up.
I get an alert if I was your salesperson. So I would see Jason Harris open a packet on, we'll say the 2017 Ford F-150 again. Yeah. And then I'm like, Jason Harris, 2017 Ford F-150. So I look at my CRM where everybody should live, right? I see that I sold you 5 years ago. Well, guess what? I'm going to call Jason Harris and say, hey, Jason, Andrew over the dealership. Hey, I remember I sold you a 2017 Ford F-150 5 years ago. I know I've done a really bad job of staying in touch, but I got a customer that's looking for one of those. Do you still own that thing?
Well, your timing couldn't be any better.
Now I have a chance to take a customer that I could have lost and turn them back into a sale again.
See, I think it's huge.
So we try to keep that level of engagement not only from the time that you meet the customer, but forever with that salesperson and that customer. So keep them branded, right? Yep. We do price change alerts on them. I mean, think of how many times you change the price of a car. You're working a customer. You don't know that the price change happened. That could be the make or break point, right?
So we get notification of that.
Well, we send a packet out to the customer via email. So it's unsolicited. It's not a text message. We don't do it via text because you get spammed, right? Unsolicited, has the salesperson's information in it. It looks like it's coming directly from me telling you the price of the car has changed. Now, in that email, we do not tell you how much the price of the car has changed. Why? Why would we do that?
I don't know. Why would you do it?
Because if I put in there, hey, Jason, it's Andrew over the dealership, the price of this car changed $200. Would you click on it?
No, but so now you get an opportunity to make another
You have to click on the packet to open it to see what the price change is. When you do that, I get alerted.
Perfect.
So we're always looking for ways to keep that salesperson that initially started that conversation connected to that shopper.
And it just ultimately ends up creating just a better experience. It really does, right? Because like when I think about, when I'm buying something big, a house, a boat, a car, ATV, whatever, there's like literally times that I dedicate to get into it because I'm not going to do it all the bloody time.
Correct.
Right?
It's not going to consume your whole day.
It's not going to consume my whole day. But okay, so the day's done, finished with dinner, I put the kids to bed. Now I got myself the 30 minutes.
Yep.
Right? So then I can go do it. But to be able to get that real-time notification, right, and maybe connect and get back into a conversation.
Shoot a quick text.
This is the time I allocated for this. So absolutely, thanks for calling me.
It's the perfect opportunity to connect with the shopper. I mean, CRMs, call them what they are. They track tasks. We track consumer interaction.
Yes, behavior.
There's a big difference there, right? CRMs will tell you best time to call a customer is 12, 3, and 6.
Yep.
again, that situation, you're eating dinner at 6 o'clock, I call you, you're not answering the phone.
No, because it's.
But if I see you open it at 7:23, I give you 2 to 3 minutes. I pick up the phone. Hey, Jason, Andrew over the dealership. I sent you over information on that car the other day. You said you're going to talk to your wife about it. Just by chance, I just got off of the test drive, had a couple minutes. Did you get a chance to look at that?
Yeah.
And you're over here like, dude, I'm actually sitting down with my wife right now talking about this. Man, uncanny timing, Jason. I mean, if you have a couple minutes, I'd love to answer any questions you guys have.
Absolutely.
So it gives them real-time notifications to know it's time to spring into action.
And that creates that experience. It creates that transparency, right? And then it's just, and it creates a consistent path of connection at meaneful times.
Absolutely.
Right? Look, Andrew, I know we're getting towards the tail end of our time today. I know we can easily continue to chat this because it's one of my favorite subjects. Well, because it enhances the experience in such a huge way, right? But before I let you go, everybody out there watching, listening right now, love to connect with you and learn more about iPacket.
Yeah.
What's the easiest way to do so?
Yeah, so easy. iPacket.us is our website. We've got an incredible team that takes care of you not only from the time that we meet you and talk to you guys, but also once you guys become partners. We hold an industry average of about a 96+% retention rate over 12 years.
Wow.
That doesn't happen by choice, or by chance, I should say. It happens by choice. We have exceptional customer support from the time we meet you to the time that you ever decide to fire us, but it really doesn't happen. So
because it's such an amazing part of the experience. Guys, if you're watching, listening, and you're looking to step up your game in the experience, you got to reach out to the guys at iPacket, especially say hi to Andrew for me. Thank you, everyone, for watching. You guys have an amazing day.